Sean, you're poor. Sean, get this shit on. We need money.
Bum diddly bum 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 diddly bum bum bum
You hold the line, but every one of them is giving up and giving in to.
Door.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the Honest to God Gamer Awards.
Gentlemen Gamer Awards.
We're back. This is the final episode of 2018, but we're actually filming it in 2019. So, how's everyone's day going? Now, for a drink today, okay? Today's gonna be a very special episode. We've got a lot planned for you guys, all who watch, all 11 people who are subbed. I've got my Spider-Man suit on, Joe's got his cowboy hat on. It's gonna be great. But for a drink today, Joe, why don't you explain it while I crack the ice?
So, unfortunately, we could not find a Sprite Cranberry 2-liter at the store. So we thought it's the next best thing. Buying bootleg Sprite and Ocean Spray Cranberry juice.
Drink from my childhood, actually.
We're going to mix them together
Cup, sir?
to make Sprite Cranberry.
Now, this may cause the complete destruction of the entire universe. We don't know. It could, God could come down and smite us for our deeds, for creating something that should not be created. But we here at the Honest to God Gentlemen Gamers, we have respect for you guys, okay? So, we're doing it for you. Okay. Now, Joe, I will pour one part Sprite, or 1 part Ocean Spray. Believe it or not, it's actually a lot harder to do things in this suit, so...
I really hope this doesn't explode.
Well, if it does, I'm gonna move this. Okay, open it up. Oh, shit. Okay, alright, just be very easy with it. Okay, keep going. Keep going. And we're good, ladies and gentlemen.
There's no disturbance in the forest, ladies and gentlemen.
No, there is not. We want more cranberry than we do nondescript soda.
Sean, it's bubbling. You better hurry.
Shit.
It's
Okay,
bubbling.
sorry. Oh god. Keep her down. Okay, I will set this jug whenever we need it, right here. Joe? Cranberry?
Folks, this segment will probably be over in 20 to 30 seconds if you're bored of us pouring drinks. But I'm going to give a quick shout out to our favorite snack on the podcast, Extreme Heat Spicy Chili and Lime flavored rolled corn tortilla chips.
Classic, ladies and gentlemen.
Bootleg Takis. But I think they're better than Takis, personally.
I agree, sir. Like, they've got that Hispanic aroma, you know?
Sean, I'm weak.
Well, Joe,
Actually,
I
was just opening the room.
Sir, here's your glass. And also we have nondescript cookie, and it's in the double stuffed variation. So that means there's more glue in the middle. Ooh. Ah, there we go. Do you smell that?
I do smell this.
Cheers, man. To 2018.
To better games in 2019.
That is Sprite Cranberry.
That is Sprite Cranberry.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us on this incredible journey throughout our first year of production. We're not planning to stop anytime soon. But in the meantime, all that sappy nonsense, we've got a good show for you tonight. I'm gonna take a talkie.
I'm going to explain a little bit about the show. Now, you may have noticed in the intro, it's not like usual. These are the Honest to God Gentleman Gamer Awards for the games of the year, the shows of the year, and the movie of the year. Now, these games do not extend to only those released in 2018. These games extend to those we played in 2018.
Joe, Oreo? Cookie.
Yes, sir. Please.
I want to destroy the Sprite. Or drink. We're trying not to get copyright striked here, guys. Our vlog. We originally had X Come Give It To You. Fantastic song. But it got copyright strike, so we put the Donkey Kong music, which I think fits better. So, you know, for every pro for every con there's a pro. And since I'm a wild man,
That's disgusting.
well, yes, but well,
Well, Sean, you're wearing the Spider-Man suit, and I have to ask why.
well. Start off the show. I'm gonna be doing a little I just noticed the camera charging, or the camera's not charging. I don't want the battery to damage show, guys. So
In the meantime, I'm going to talk about Red Dead Redemption 2.
that he will.
Now, this is a game that came out a couple months ago, and, you know, I'm sure you've heard of it. Maybe not, actually. But I played it, and I played it extensively. I did the gold glitch. I've gone to every corner of the map. It's a fun game. The world is alive and in depth, and I can just lose myself for hours inside of it. It's tricky to get a hold of at first, but although it can be almost annoying enough to drop, once you do get the hang of the gunplay and the hunting and everything else about the game, it is immensely fun and something I am overjoyed to dive back into whenever.
Any cons?
Yeah, I mentioned that getting into it is insanely hard. Well, not insanely, but it's a steep learning curve. The gunplay would seem outdated, to reference a review.
That I agree with. Sorry, go ahead.
Otherwise, I can't think of any on the spot. I've also dipped into online a little bit with yours truly.
And another off-camera friend of the show.
And it was also immensely fun.
I would agree with that. I had the time of my life. I don't think it. Now, no offense to everyone, Joe. I understand it's a great game, but I don't think it's a masterpiece by any means. It's good. The writing is phenomenal. I love what they did with the characters. You can really like their experience are so heart wrenching. You know, my boy Lenny. You know, I gotta help him out. And Micah sucks. I hate Micah. Dutch. He's a misunderstood character, I believe. But for me, I've never played a Rockstar game besides Red Dead 2. Just the shooting, the movement, like the cover is a little clunky for me. But I do enjoy the writing, and I will probably finish it before the end of 2019. But 2018 already ended, so. But going off of that, I'd like to take a moment to. So Joe wore his cowboy hat because Red Dead 2. Now you may be wondering why I'm wearing my Spider-Man outfit. That is because of a little game came out earlier this year called Marvel Spider-Man, which is without a doubt just I don't have words for it. It's phenomenal. It made me feel, you know, there hadn't been a Spider-Man story that did that for me since Spider-Man 2, you know. Amazing Spider-Man series sucked. Flat out. Spider-Man Homecoming was fun, but it wasn't game-changing or anything. Spider-Man 3, I enjoyed. And Spider-Man 1, another classic, but Spider-Man 2, very unique take on Peter Parker and Spider-Man. You know, you get to see what's going on with his life, and very much the same is true with Spider-Man PS4. Like, you get to see Peter's like juggling between being Spider-Man and being Peter. See, you have to do these lab quests, which I'll admit some of them aren't very fun, and you don't really feel like a superhero doing them. But the storytelling is, you know, Harry is terminally ill, and I mean, the game's been out for how many months? You should... Anyway, like, you really, like, feel for him, because there's, like, a scene where you get to see a photo of him, MJ, and Harry, which... very reminiscent of Spider-Man 2. And then the swinging of Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man is in there. The web swinging is no doubt one of my favorite parts of the game. It's smooth, it's crisp, you know, it just made me feel like Spider-Man. Damn it, stole a joke in the first 10 minutes, people. We're in for a wild ride. But, like, the combat, like, incredible. Just, like, it's very reminiscent of Arkham, but it's so much better, because you're as Spider-Man, you get to be so much fluid, and, like, you get the suit powers are awesome. Each one is different, and each one is useful in certain situations, and, it's great. And then you've got the technology of Tom Holland's Spider-Man with your, like, electric webs, your web bombs. You know, it's great. What I want to really touch on, two things, are the main story. Again, it's one of the best Spider-Man stories ever told. It's like the ending. Okay, if I already spoiled the Harry part, if you don't want to, you know, get spoiled after a 3-month game, you know, whatever. Doc Ock releases a bioweapon, and Aunt May catches it. And Peter has enough cure to either synthesize and save all of New York, or give it to Aunt May. And there's this really touching moment where Aunt May says she's known he's been Spider-Man forever. And then Aunt May dies, and it was one of those scenes where you didn't expect it to happen. You know, they never kill off, like, characters like Alfred or Aunt May. They don't kill those characters off very often. But, like, when that happened, I admit it, I cried, because it just felt so real. Because he's about to put it in, but he realizes, like, he can't, because he's got to look out for everyone else. So, and then, last thing, the DLC. Now, the DLC, each one alone, is not worth it. And it's some of the, there's some artificial difficulty, like hard enemies, like a minigun brute. Joe knows all about those.
I can talk about the DLC.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't 100% the game, so I didn't get the Equalizer suit, which trivializes brutes, and specifically the minigun brute of the DLC.
Mm-hmm.
Normal brutes in the game, you have to web them up, and then you can beat them down. It's that simple. The minigun brutes have a fully automatic minigun that can kill you if you make a mistake for more than, like, a second.
Mm-hmm.
And they take several web ups and just too much time to kill.
It's awful, yeah.
And then that was fine and dandy in the first DLC. There wasn't very many of them ever in a room at once, but within the first couple missions of the second DLC, they added a new enemy.
The shield jetpack trooper.
Yeah, there's a trooper that has a shield that will stagger Spider-Man and then leave him in a trail of electricity that damages you while removing your suit powers.
And gadgets, which is, again, artificial difficulty. But if you play each DLC sequentially, again, writing is phenomenal. The story they told is really good. Hammerhead's a lame villain. I'm not a fan of Hammerhead. I never have been. But the story they tell, it sets up the sequel in all the right ways. It introduces a new villain. I'm not spoiling who, because Joe hasn't played it. You probably haven't played it, because it just came out, the last DLC. It has a ton of cool suits, which I'll get in that later. And, it, you know, like, again, it's just the writing is great. And it also, it furthers Miles' story as trying to become Spider-Man. So,
yeah,
it's great. Joe, if you want to talk about something, and then I can do my suit ranking after you talk for a little bit.
Yeah. I don't really know what to talk about. I was gonna ask you about the cons of Spider-Man.
The cons.
The main story.
The main story. There's some weak side missions. Finding pigeons, I don't think is a very cool thing. And again, the hairy lab missions aren't very fun, except for when the story is good. And then, you know, some artificial difficulty on certain enemies. Just certain little things. Nothing that to overall detract my enjoyment from the game. Like, I love the way that they made it a older Spider-Man. You know, he's not young anymore. He's still Spider-Man, but he's matured, which I thought was cool. Because it kind of made me think, like, this is a sequel to Tom Holland, and then the Jake Johnson Spider-Man we see in Spider-Verse is a sequel to him.
So, we talked earlier about Sony and how you, when Spider-Man was only announced for the PS4, you're like, oh, I'm not going to buy a PS4 just to play it, and then you did. Did you know that this is the game that sold, that PS4 sales skyrocketed around the time of release for this game?
I wouldn't doubt it, honestly.
How do you feel about that business tactic on Sony's part?
I think it's evil, and it's kind of scummy, but I feel like it's necessary to sell, like, you know, they're not doing this for charity. They're doing this to sell, which is a shame, but, like, you know, you can't ask them to, like, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's necessary, but, like, I mean, Xbox is going to do the same thing with Halo Infinite, so...
Yeah.
But I already
It's just the nature of exclusives.
Again, they make games to sell the hardware, and why are you gonna, if you've got an Xbox, why are you gonna buy a PS4 to play Spider-Man when you've got an Xbox? And if it's on Xbox, there's no point. And like imagine if if one person had one console, they could buy any. In their, like, let's imagine a world. Sorry. Let's imagine a world. There's no exclusives. If one person has one of those consoles, why are they gonna buy another console? I have a Switch, a PS4, and an Xbox One. I saved up for those, and it's all because the games on them. Mario Odyssey on Nintendo Switch, Halo on Xbox. I've always been an Xbox gamer, Xbox Nation. And then Spider-Man, God of War, PS4. You know, it's just, I think it's a necessary business tactic.
Yeah, and speaking of God of War won the Game Awards.
It did, which sorry.
I haven't played it, so and I've heard good things about it. I've seen little snippets of gameplay here and there. It looks fun, but I guess I just don't really see how it qualified to win the Game of the Year, which in this year specifically had so much great competition.
It did. I was gonna get to that actually. I haven't played God of War yet, but I've heard that it's like the writing is amazing. Again, a lot of good stories this year. I think that's a strong 2018's biggest standing point is the stories they told. But
one of 2018's lowest standing points was Fallout 76.
Yeah,
we bought it,
and
so you didn't have to.
Let's keep down. I don't want to wake up the old man. I've got mixed feelings. I really enjoy the whole explore world and find stuff, and especially with friends. I can't play that game alone. It's like, but you know, it's disappointing because one dumb business practice after another. The helmet, which was supposed to come with a canvas bag, came with a $5 nylon one, and as compensation, they gave you $5 of Atom, which you can't even buy most things in the store. Any cool thing. But thing is, though, they are replacing the nylon ones with canvas ones. But I want Bethesda to win. Because I love that game. Like, I loved Fallout 4. Fallout 4 is amazing. And if you say New Vegas is the best Fallout, you're wrong. Objectively, you're wrong. Joe, your Mac is at 2%. You have a charger?
I do. It's in the bag. I'm going to talk about our early days in 76. Yeah. So me and Sean started off not knowing how to play co-op with each other. Several days after the game had started as well, due to...
No, we played co-op right off the bat, I think.
Well, yeah, no, I just meant, like, we didn't play immediately as the game came out.
Oh, yeah.
No, and, as soon as we did get into co-op, it was just like a kid in a candy factory. We
It
were
was
running
awesome.
around the forest. One of the first things we did was go to Uncanny Caverns and meet up with our first other player, or have an extensive interaction with another player.
Not a lot of charging ports. Sorry, go ahead though. I apologize.
We didn't have we had, and it was wonderful because he took us under. He was
Take out
like,
the iPhone charger on your side and plug that in.
he was around level 29 when we were around level 5, and he basically took us under his wing throughout the Uncanny Caverns. We killed one of the cryptids, and it was
Wendigo.
yeah,
It was one of my fondest memories of that game, actually.
it was one of my fondest memories of this year. But eventually we left him. We stopped. The wonder started to leave.
Started to fade a little bit.
And we went on a quest from one tip-off early in the game to find the Brotherhood. And we did the Brotherhood quest for a while until the quest broke.
Yep. We accidentally did part of Recruitment Blues, and it was fine for him. Mine broke. And, I couldn't do it, and I was so sad, because that was the first thing I wanted to do, was find the Brotherhood, and slowly it started to fade, but then, you would find some, and you'd be like, wow, that was genuinely cool. Like, the first time we met the Flatwoods monster, it was awesome. The Honey Beast, that's a new enemy. All of the different cool screenshots you got, the beautiful world they made, like the God Razor, perfection, it's awesome.
It's a
Sprite
game.
Cranberry?
Yeah.
Could you pass me your cup, sir?
It's a game with a lot of potential that it just needs to be executed.
They need to update it, and it seems like Bethesda's given up, which pisses me off. I hate when game developers give up on their own games, because that's hard work. Programming and coding and making everything work right, it's hard. And I hate to see that passion get lost. And also, I want to add in, people who are saying Fallout 76 isn't Fallout, Fallout 76 is not Fallout 5. It was literally made to answer the question, what if there's multiplayer in Fallout 4?
It wasn't made to satisfy people for Fallout 5. It was made for just, hey, there's an online Fallout game. Play it if you want to.
Yeah, which maybe $60 for it. But I mean, it's AAA. So. And that is why Fallout 76 gets the honest to God, most disappointing Game of the Year award. And Joe?
Well, I suppose we can go to talking about...
Let's check what we've got. Sorry guys, a little impromptu. Just kidding. We can see who can chug a thing of Sprite Cranberry fastest.
Wearing a white shirt.
Hey man, that's your fault if you spill it. Okay, we're gonna do something. Hey, no early starts. 3, 2, 1.
Done. Pathetic.
About even, I'd say. You beat me, but...
Jesus.
Okay. And now I'm gonna move on to my quick, simple suit ranking, Spider-Man PS4. I'm gonna say 1 or 2 comments about each suit, and then we're gonna move on. Worst suit, ESU suit. 50 photographs for that. That's terrible, but you get the cool suit power. No, that's for 100%ing the areas. You get the undie suit, which leads in, that is my second least favorite suit. Those 2 suits are the only suits on this list I have a problem with. Like, if those 2 got removed, or if just added 2 slots, the game, like, I feel like the game kind of suffers from having 2 end game suits be so, like, like, you get Peter Parker.
Cool.
Yeah, like,
yeah. Oh.
Like, it's the type of suit you give for free. It's not a suit that you
It's
have
like
per player.
It's like a pre-order exclusive. Like, oh, I got the T-shirt suit.
Yeah, cool. Next on my list is Spider UK. I do love the character of Billy Braddock and Spider UK, but suit in game, No, one of my favorites. I didn't spend a lot of time with it when it came out. Joe, you have anything to say about it?
I just kind of picked it up and never put it on.
Spider Clan, the animation style's good, but just the
head's too big.
I get people like the manga verse, and I enjoy it too. I haven't read it, but I just think it's kind of just wasted. No, I enjoy the suit, but it's just kind of...
There could have been better ones.
It's a very meh suit. The Resilient suit, an Insomniac design suit, which I give them credit for making that. That's very good. But there's a little too much blue on it for me. The Spider-Punk suit, again, I love the character of Hobie Brown. He's a cool character, and I love the universe he's in. And then...
So most of these suits were just kind of meh, right?
Most of the bottom ones were meh. Like, they weren't bad, but
They could have been replaced with something better.
Next I put the Wrestler suit. I think that one had to be in the game, because it's, it's Spider-Man's first suit. But, can you scoot in a little more? You're a little out of frame.
Yeah.
Okay. But it's like, I don't know. It's meh. Again. Next up, the Negative suit. It's just a recolor of the Advanced suit. I would have liked to seen the Negative suit from the comics, because the Negative suit from the comics looks really cool. Next up, the Holland Iron Spider. I like the suit in the movie, but it just doesn't the suit powers are great, and if you put on the new Iron Spider suit, the arms are gold like they are in the comics, which is awesome. But it's again, meh. The homemade suit, Holland's homemade suit, it looks a little...
I have something to say about this one.
Yeah, go ahead.
The first thing I did in Spider-Man PS4 was get all the backpacks because I really liked
Me
the
too.
homemade suit
Yeah.
and Homecoming. And it's just kind of like low resolution, and it looks like they just kind of slapped it together.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, okay.
And I don't like how the hood's not up.
Yeah, the hood's not up, and he doesn't have the gridded eyes.
Yeah, it does.
No.
You zoom in on him. But, you can't really see him. Next up, I put the Secret War suit. I think it's an underrated suit. I really like the big blue spider on the back and the orange webbing. It looks great. Then I put the Spider Armor Mark II, the bulletproof suit. It looks phenomenal at nighttime. I'll say that. The Electro-proof suit, which, again, I actually think is an underrated suit.
Do you want to wear a couch chair as a suit? That's it.
Hey, man. I like the Electro-proof suit. And the suit power you get is really cool. You get electric fists, which... That's neat. Then I put Scarlet Spider 1. Just...
Is that the one with the hoodie? Or...
That's the one with the hoodie.
Yeah.
I like the big red eyes, or the big white eyes, like the Venom-looking eyes. And it looks exactly from the comics. Just, again, not my favorite. And
I played one of the earlier Spider-Man games, and I'm like, oh, Scarlet Spider. This isn't Scarlet Spider.
There's two Scarlet Spiders.
Yeah.
One of them I actually have a watercolor painting of. Next up, I put the Anti-Ox suit, I know. But the cutscene that you get for this suit is so good. I'm really impressed with that, and it's a good original suit. It kind of reminded me of the Raimi suit when I saw the eyes.
I really enjoy about that suit. It mimics Ock's arms, like the plating.
It's got the same material. It's great.
I think it's so cool that to fight Ock, he uses his own technique.
Yeah. Next up is the dark suit. I like this suit. I really do like this suit. It's just there's no problem with it. It's a good suit. Next up, the vintage comic suit. That is a good end game suit. The suit power is really funny. It's like you just
quit.
Yeah, you just do bad jokes. Spider Armor Mark IV, which is the one where he looks red and blue, but he's got the big green spider. I love that. I love that suit. Then I put the classic suit and the classic damaged suit. Kind of the classic look for Spidey. Looks good. I like the damaged one a lot. It's more vibrant and it's cool. The damage. I wish there were more. I think the damage version is a bit of a waste of a slot. I wish you could just toggle damage on each suit. Because...
also the Ox suit
damage on the Raimi suit.
The Ox suit has damage on it in the cutscene?
In the cutscene.
Yeah.
So does the Advanced, yeah.
Yeah. So...
next up, I put the Fear Itself suit. This is a very underrated suit for me. We have a lot to get to. everyone trashes the gauntlets. That's my favorite part. It's so cool. Like in the glowing shots at night you can get. It's good. Next I put Spirit Spider, who's it should be called Ghost Spider. Just clear the air. That's who he is in the comics. It's Peter Parker as Ghost Rider, so Ghost Spider. And then I put the Spider-Verse suit next, which is a great suit. I think it looks. It's a bit of a classic suit for me.
It was just kind of like a movie tie-in, like, oh, that's cool. They released it from the new movie.
And I'm glad they put it in. I will, if the game wouldn't have been the same without it. But, next up I put the Iron Spider armor from the second DLC, which looks so good in the game. Again, you've got the gold arms that they just updated. You've got the, repulsor, and then the arc reactor in the middle. The repulsors, it looks great. Then I put the Aaron Eichmann suit, who is actually one of my favorite alternate reality Spider-Man. I think he's great. He's really cool looking. The Stark suit, which, when I first heard of Spider-Man PS4, I'm like, if they put the Homecoming suit in here, I'm gonna, kind of lose it. But it looks so good in game.
I think it's maybe the best looking, just texture-wise.
Yeah, I'd agree, actually.
It's so high resolution. It looks
good.
like it ripped straight out of the film.
It's awesome. Next I put Spider Armor 3, which is the Ends of the Earth suit, the red plates. I love that suit so much. I think it's great. Another one of my favorite suits, and personally, if I were Spider-Man, this is one of the ones I would wear. It's not on my top, just because there are so many good ones, but the Big Time suit with the black and the green. I love it. I wish they did add a feature where you could have orange, though, because there's the Stealth suit and the Big Time suit, which one of the Stealth suit was actually made as a cover for, it was a parody of Tron, which is funny.
That was the suit I spent most of the game in.
The Big Time?
Yeah.
It's a good suit. It's another really good textured suit.
It glows, too.
Yeah, it's great. Next up is the white 2099 suit, or some people would know it as All New, All Different, which is another just stunning suit. It looks, the metallic red, Joe.
I can talk about it, yeah. So I got the black 2099 suit, and I thought, oh, this is 2099?
Really, you weren't impressed?
Oh, the black one specifically. And it just kind of looked bland. It was really blue. And then I got the white one, and it made me go and rethink about 2099 and how cool the universe is.
Yeah, I ever since I was a kid, I got this giant Spider-Man book, and I saw Spider-Man 2099, and I was thrilled. I thought he looked great, and the white 2099 is a great suit. Next up is The Last Stand, another great endgame suit. The jeans, the mask, it's all red. There's nothing on it. There's the jacket, the whole story behind Last Stand, and just really, it's great. I think it's a great suit.
Yeah.
Spider Armor Mark 1, the metal suit, which is from the first DLC.
Second.
Which is amazing. I really like the metal look on it. You can get some really cool shots.
Also, in the second DLC, I'm pretty sure it's constantly raining, and on the metal suit, it shines in the rain,
It's
which
awesome.
looks really nice.
Next up, Scarlet Spider 2, one of my favorites. It's up there. Nothing much to say. We're getting into top 6 territory, just saying. Then I have Noir, which, when I was young, a younger man, I'd say 11, 12, I read the Spider-Man Noir comics, and I loved the suit, because I played it in Shattered Dimensions. I thought he was so cool, and the story of Noir is so dark. When he kills Vulture to save Aunt May, and Aunt May scolds him for it, a very impactful moment.
That's also one of the only Spider-Man stories where Uncle Ben's line is different.
Yeah, it's
I don't know it, but
I think I know. It's instead of great power comes great responsibility. It's if people in great power abuse that power, it's the responsibility of the people to take it away. Which I love how they changed the line. Next up is another original suit, and this is my favorite original suit they made. I think it's a iconic look for Spider-Man is the Velocity suit. The weird looking eyes, the long spider going all the way down. It's phenomenal. Then I have the blue 2099, which is again one of my favorites because that is the iconic look for 2099. I love the things going like that, and it's like his costume is actually a Day of the Dead costume in the comics.
Oh.
Yeah. And then next I put the advanced suit, which actually, never mind, my favorite originally designed suit's the advanced suit because that's original. The White Spider, completely unique take, and it was a huge risk, but it looks great, and like it's fantastic.
The blue, I can talk about this one.
Sorry, yeah.
The blue mixed with the red and the white, it's also really well balanced. The trim on everything.
Yeah, and like
blends together.
the story that they've made for it is they made it so like the blue is parts that Spider-Man would want to be flexible in, the red is light armor, and then the white is armor, which is a great idea. I like that. Number 1 is the Cyborg suit, which is from this latest DLC, which I think is both hilarious and so cool because the bandana, the green eye, the massive metal arm. And that's all my suits. Just kidding. You know I had to put number 1. You guys know what it is. The Raimi suit. See, when I saw it didn't get revealed for Spider-Man PS4, the last DLC, I was like most people. I was kind of upset. I didn't go into the comments or anything. People who did that, though, that's pretty low. But when they did that surprise Christmas gift, ooh, and it looks like Spider-Man 2, it just feels right. It's the best suit in the game for me. I've used it more than any other suit. Okay.
Here, I'll give mine.
Alright, my turn. Okay. Next
So
up.
what should we talk about now?
Should we do... Should we do our, we get at our most disappointing. The most disappointing game of each console.
So...
I think that kind of like...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Favorite DLC of the year?
Oh yeah, okay. Favorite DLC of the year? I'd probably go... I'm gonna have to look at my games. What is yours, Joe?
I have to think.
What
DLCs came out this year?
Yeah, there was actually a lot. I'd probably go... Again, this is just the DLC we've played this year. This isn't... I'd probably go Far Harbor from Fallout 4.
I agree.
That's my favorite DLC of the year. Second favorite DLC of the year, I'd go the City of Never Sleeps pack in total. Like, just that whole pack.
My second would have to be the Ring City of Dark Souls 3. It's hard, but the bosses were really fun. Except for
really freaking hard.
Except for one of them. That wasn't fun.
No. That was, oh, my dear. Oh, God. Okay. What is your personal, Joe, favorite, so we're doing a little, what we do here. So, for the Honest to God Gamer Awards, we each do a DLC, show, movie, or a... DLC is just us, but then we each do a, movie, show, and game, like, each of our personal games of the years, and then we both agree on a game, movie, and show of the year. So that was our DLC section, so first off, we are gonna go with... Let's do actually most anticipated before we get to the big awards. Okay, so what is your most anticipated show of next year?
I think it's just gonna have not a specific show, but the reveal of Disney's streaming service because they're pulling all of the Marvel shows from Netflix, which I immensely enjoy.
Rip Daredevil.
But
And Ripley
I have a
Cage.
feeling they're gonna move them over to the Disney streaming service.
To build on that, they said, like, Immortal Iron Fist will live on, Daredevil will appear in other projects. That, if they have to do that on streaming service, and if they do it and they change the cast, I'm gonna be upset because Charlie Cox as Daredevil is, you couldn't pick a better Daredevil. it's just,
The actor that plays Luke Cage is iconic.
Again, Mike Coulter, yeah.
Mike Coulter.
He's such a fucking badass. He's sweet, yeah. Yeah, I would agree with that, but to piggyback off of it, my second most anticipated show. What's your second, actually? I'm interested.
I'll have to think while you're talking.
Okay. My second most anticipated show next year is The Mandalorian, which, like, just from that one set image of, like, the armor, and it looks exactly like 1313 did, it looks great. I'm super excited. There's pictures of Death Troopers on set. I'm really excited. What's your second?
I really have no idea.
Well,
Go with The Mandalorian.
that's alright. But my most anticipated show is, again, Disney streaming service, is The Clone Wars Season 7. When I saw that announcement, Clone Wars saved, I was like, let's go. I started a marathon. I've been watching Clone Wars a couple episodes a week, trying to get back into it, learn the story again, just have fun. Yeah, so. Should we do most anticipated movie?
Yeah.
I think this is obvious. What's yours actually? Go ahead.
Avengers 4.
Mine is tied with Avengers 4 and Star Wars 9.
Oh, dude, I forgot Star Wars 9 was coming out.
Apparently it's supposed to have, I heard somewhere, it's like major prequel connections. Which, prequel's my favorite era. So.
That's a controversial opinion.
Not the best movies. I'm not saying they have the best movies. I'm saying it's the coolest era. The whole story of the clones and Jango Fett, it's great. The Jedi, I love it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the trailer that we got for Avengers 4 is like literally bone chilling. I saw that and I like screamed out loud like a little girl. I was awesome.
He sent it to me in the middle of first period. I dipped to go to the bathroom so I could watch it.
It's great. I'm really excited for Avengers 4 and Star Wars 9.
Yeah.
What is your most anticipated / second most anticipated game of 2019?
My most anticipated game of 2019 would be Dying Light 2.
Dying Light 2, okay.
Which was announced at E3 this year. And it seems to play off many of the original themes, but it adds a lot of RPG elements, such as being able to, like, turn factions against each other.
Yeah, I've seen that. The gameplay looks really cool.
It built off the parkour of Dying Light 1, which was really amazing, fluid, once you got into it.
Yeah. Nice.
My second one is probably Doom 2.
Ooh.
I didn't play much of Doom 1, but what I did play was really fun. And I played quite a bit of Wolfenstein 2.
Mm-hmm.
And people say Doom is Wolfenstein without cover.
Mm-hmm.
Which was... I didn't enjoy the cover part of Wolfenstein so much.
That's a weak element for me.
I want a run and gun,
Yeah.
and that's what Doom is.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with the second. Mine is also Doom 2. It looks great. Hell on Earth is like the theme, and I'm so excited. Being able to run and gun, it reminds me a lot of Halo, because in Halo, you just dropping weapons left and right, and I need Halo. I need my Halo fix. Halo Infinite's probably not coming out for a couple of years. Which makes me sad, but, necessary evil. But my most anticipated game, I've already pre-ordered the collector's edition, is Sekiro, whatever. Shadows Die Twice, because it's pretty much, as Donkey puts it, Ninja Dark Souls with a grappling hook. Now, I played Neo earlier today, and Joe knows, it did not go well. But I'm really excited for Sekiro, because FromSoft just has a way of like making everything feel, real, fluid, fun. And I'm excited for all the bosses to kill, and I'm excited for the mechanic of the grappling hook, and that you die twice, like, you get a second try, which is awesome.
Yeah, I'm gonna give a quick mini review of Just Cause 4, because we were thinking about E3, and I remember that was announced, and I had 3 games I was looking forward to in the later months of the year.
Mm-hmm.
That was Red Dead Redemption 2, Fallout 76, and Just Cause 4.
Yeah?
Just Cause 4 is a game. It's a game.
It's a game. It is a game.
It's fun.
Sprite Cranberry?
Yeah. If you play Just Cause 3, you'll enjoy it. I don't think it's worth $60. I think it's probably more of a $40 game.
Really?
Yeah. It has a lot of new elements. If you haven't bought Just Cause 3, I would just go for 4 instead of it. But I bought the collector's edition, and it came with like all this neat in-game stuff that didn't work for the first week.
Wow, it didn't work.
Like none of the supply drops work.
Mm-mm.
It was still a fun game.
Tragic.
Yeah.
I thought you said you weren't a huge fan.
I've grown to like it more that I played it.
I got you. Go ahead, though.
But the start of the game is really slow. It's kind of confusing to learn how the progression system works. But I ended up liking it. Like in Just Cause 3, you could fly to some random province in the middle of a completely controlled, like dictatorship-controlled area and just liberate it.
Yeah, it's great.
And have a little island. But
I
in
played a bit of Just
4,
Cause 3.
you have to like spread out from one province across the map. And it creates cool little things. Like at the end of the game, I had one province left on the coast, basically pushing the entire Black Hand back to the coast.
Oh, nice.
And it was a fun little thing, but one thing I can bitch about endlessly, the base activities are not just destroying pipes and shit, like in Just Cause 3. And there's one of them where you have to transmit data through a radar that you have to defend.
You told me about this one.
And that radar is the weakest goddamn thing in the entire game.
Yeah.
I never got one done without letting it die. But another thing about the game, all of the weapons are all super advanced and they feel powerful. Cause like there was Black Hand enemies in Just Cause 3 and they felt imposing because your normal weapons didn't do jack shit to them.
Yeah.
But in this game, you're using their weapons, so all the weapons are really fun. It's a fun game. If you're looking to have a good time and waste $40 or $60, I'd pick it up.
Question.
Yeah?
Is it a fun game or a good game?
It's a fun game.
Gotcha. We here, Honest to God Gentlemen Gamers, unite. We have a saying. It's not a good game, but it's a fun game. For me, Red Dead Redemption 2 sometimes isn't a fun game, but it is a good game. And Fallout 76 is a fun game, not a good game. What do we do next?
Well,
Let's see. We did started chugging. Let's do our.
should we do the big awards?
Not yet.
Not yet?
We gotta do a couple more things first. Joe, would you mind talking to the camera while I figure out what we're doing?
I could talk about Stardew Valley, which I picked up a couple days ago. I bought it a long time ago and played through the summer, spring. It goes to like 4 seasons throughout the year, and it's a charming little game. I ended up just farming for money, which was like the most proficient way to get money in the game, but it wasn't fun.
Yeah.
I was just every morning wake up, go water the plants, go back to bed.
Ugh.
Until Harvest Day, which I got a break when I sold. But otherwise, it wasn't fun. And eventually, I pick it up again and I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to go adventuring. 'Cause there's a cave, and you get a sword pretty early in the game. You can just go kill shit in the cave and
That's the way to
mine.
put it.
And you don't make as much, but it's fun.
Mm.
And once you learn the game's mechanics of like how to befriend people and such, it turns into much more fun. And I'm a little addicted.
Yeah. I want to talk about a couple things, and then we're going to do our replay of the year, which is the best older game that we have played, again, this year, that we've enjoyed. So, but first off, I've seen this indie game, and it got revealed a couple years back, and it came out a couple years back, called Darkest Dungeon, and it's a turn-based RPG. It looks so much fun, and I want to get that soon, because it's all about, like, it's instead of being like the shiny hero that saves the land, you get stressed out, and you can, like, if you don't do certain things, your characters can, like, get depressed and stuff like that. It's a very dark and realistic game. Not realistic. You've got a plague doctor as a class, but I'm really excited. I want to get it, and then also I just recently bought every Soulsborne game in the series. Demon Souls 1, Demon Souls, Dark Souls 2, and I already had Dark Souls 3 and Bloodborne. Also,
Bloodborne's hard.
yeah, Bloodborne's hard. Pre-ordered Sekiro. So I'm gonna be rolling in difficult games for a while. I've got God of War to play. Over here, we've got a lot of games to play before the 2019 game.
Because we're rich. I lie.
Yeah,
This isn't my shirt.
That's
I
a
stole
lie.
it.
This is, in fact, my shirt, but I haven't washed it since Halloween.
That's disgusting.
Okay, so Joe, what is your replay of the year?
Fallout 4.
Fallout 4?
No. Fallout 3.
Fallout 3. Ooh, that is a good replay. I agree. That's not mine, but that is an amazing game.
I could talk for hours about this game.
Yeah.
My first playthrough, I totally cheesed it. It was such a joke character. He had a handlebar mustache. No, he had like an evil mustache and goatee. I blew up Megaton.
Yeah.
I immediately ran to the garage where you find your dad.
Wow.
I used the glitch to get the butcher's hammer from the dream so that I one-hit shot everything.
Oh my god. You can get that?
I think, yeah. I don't know if they patched it. I got it back in my first playthrough on the 360.
Nice. Go ahead though.
But I just totally cheesed it, and my brother was like, that's not how you're supposed to play the game. So I gave it another shot on a
Logan.
serious...
Shout out to Logan. Shout out to Jaden.
on a serious playthrough. And it was one of the best gaming experience I had. I went through all of the leading quests to find your father, which was just such a fun ride, tracking him down, going from source to source, and it would describe the wasteland because no one would give you information unless you did shit for them.
Yeah, exactly. I want to talk about Fallout 3 too, real quick. I love Fallout 3 is one of those few games where if I think twice about shooting someone, I'm a pretty, like, ruthless player, I'd say, of games. But in Fallout 3, like, I played the good ending. I was maximum good, so I was the best character I could be. But just every time there was a choice to kill someone, I was like struggling with it, because, and the graphics don't really hold up. But it's better than Fallout New Vegas, I don't care what you say. Go ahead.
No. I think, what was your best replay of the year?
Halo 2, which is also my favorite game, period. And I replayed it recently on Heroic solo, and just the guns, the story, the fucking visuals with the remaster, everything just meshed together. It's like a big, nice pepperoni pizza. You're coming back. You had it one day and you're coming back for leftovers, and it's just that same crispy pepperoni pizza. And that was my replay of the year. We have a little announcement.
Yes.
Or should we'll wait till the end of the...
I think it'd be good to announce it now.
Announce it now? Okay. So me and Joe are currently, maybe not currently, we are in production of a SoundCloud album. The title's undecided, but we're thinking like around 7 or 8 tracks. It's gonna be a nice little small album, start off our career, but
I'll tell you one track we got on there.
Crossed.
A cover of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
I will also tell you a song we have on there. It's not All Girls Are the Same. It's a cover, but it's All Gamers Are the Same. That one I think you guys are gonna enjoy. So. Okay, that's our announcement. Let's check out what else we got. I'm sorry, I'm right next to you. Did the suit ranking. We did. We can do.
What were your favorite games this year?
My favorite games.
The ones that brought you the most enjoyment.
My 5 favorite?
The ones that hit the balance between good games and fun games. They were both balanced.
Halo 2, Dark Souls 3, Spider-Man PS4, Halo 3. Now I'll only put one from the series. That seems fair. I'm gonna have to turn Fallout 4, and lastly, Doom. So Fallout 4, Doom, Dark Souls 3, Spider-Man, and Halo 2. Those are my like primo games of the year. Like, just amazing. What about you?
My mouth is full.
Fat piece of shit.
Red Dead Redemption, Fallout 4,
Mhm.
Dark Souls 3.
I'd change my Fallout 4 to Fallout 3. Never mind. Go ahead.
Shit. There's 2 on the PS4. Oh, Watch Dogs 2.
Ooh.
And Spider-Man.
Nice. I agree.
Main game. I hate the DLC.
Joe's not a huge fan of the DLC. Okay. What was, Joe, your personal favorite, no, your second favorite and favorite movie of the year?
Well, I gotta think. I can tell you my favorite. It's probably, oh shoot, what was that movie we watched? The one about the guy who, like, he floated down to Mexico, and then he...
Oh.
That was really good.
That was,
I think that's coming up on my second.
Shit, I forgot the name, but I know what movie you're talking about, and it's the really sad one with
if
the
we
grandpa.
Yeah, if we figure it out, we'll put it in somewhere.
Yeah.
And then I think my favorite was probably Avengers: Infinity War, just because it's...
Yeah, Avengers is pretty good. My personal favorite and second favorite, there's so many good ones, like Deadpool 2, you know, Avengers, Spider-Man, Venom. I'd probably my second favorite, probably, that one that you were talking about was really good.
Actually, I'm gonna have to change my favorite to The Truman Show. That was wonderful.
Truman Show? That's a good one. Yeah, I'd agree. Actually, well, I wouldn't agree, but, my second favorite movie of the year, and this is probably my favorite movie that came out this year, total. Probably Into the Spider-Verse. Amazing movie, you know, references to Maguire, Garfield, Holland. It's just blends so well. There's a great post-credit scene, which will...
The soundtrack is
bueno. You got Sunflower by Post Malone and Sway Lee. That's a good one. It's great. And then my movie of the year, Spider-Man 2. Every time.
Never changes.
Never changes. Now, what is your second favorite show of the year? And we already did games, so
Yeah.
we don't need to do games. What's your second
I think-
favorite show and game? Or show?
Probably Dexter.
Dexter?
I've talked about it on the podcast before, but it's a fun show.
Okay, now what is your first favorite show of the year?
Luke Cage.
Luke Cage. I like that show a lot. I love the second episode. No, but it is a good show. I like the Netflix shows because it shows you a darker side of the Marvel universe.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, you're not Spider-Man swinging around. You're not Iron Man fighting robots. There's actual people getting killed. You know, it's real.
What about you?
My second favorite show, probably The Office. I really enjoy The Office.
That's good.
I actually cried when Michael left to go with Holly. That was a really touching scene. And then my favorite, probably Clone Wars. Clone Wars.
Respectable.
Thank you. And should we do favorite game and second game of the year?
I think we kind of already talked about
We
it.
did. Now, okay, let's just make sure we didn't miss anything before we get to the actual honest to God Game Awards. We are not even at a minute yet, or at an hour yet.
Oh god, this was supposed to be the 2-hour episode.
Yeah.
What are we at? 58.
We got most anticipated.
I can apologize for this episode being so scripted.
Yes.
Listen, we had a lot to talk about.
we did. We couldn't all memorize this, guys. Okay, so we are doing the final honest to God Gentleman Gamer Awards. Now, the show of the year goes to... Joe, would you mind reading that?
The show of the year goes to Parks and Daredevil.
Daredevil 3. Now, I gotta tell you, folks, this is the definitive Daredevil season. Season 1, incredible. Season 2, pretty damn good. Season 3 is just like, it hits you one after the other. It's just so many good storylines, you know, Bullseye, Kingpin, Matt Murdock's struggle of being the hero, which I will admit is a little played out in superhero movies or TV shows, but it's done really well, because there's this part where he gets beaten up by criminals and he wants them to kill him because he doesn't want to have to do it anymore, but he fights on, and the ending scene is incredible. I know anyone who's seen it knows what I'm talking about. Now,
So, I'm here to read you the front part of the movie of the year. Sean, would you mind?
and the movie of the year goes to Avengers Infinity War. Now, this is the...
I could talk about this.
Go
Avengers
ahead.
Infinity War was... Everyone expected it to either be really good or really bad.
Mhm.
And I won't lie, I expected it to be bad. I didn't think you could fit that many characters into a movie.
What is it, 26?
So many.
Mhm.
And balance them. But they did it. Instead of having every hero at one place, they split them up.
Which was done really well.
Yeah, half the team is at Titan, fighting Thanos as their front line.
Mhm.
And then half the team's defending Wakanda,
Yeah, it was
trying to
just-
keep Vision's mind safe.
Yeah, it was a very well told story, and the ending was very bold. And I did not expect it.
We were... Thor came in at the last second and stabbed Thanos. And I thought in the theater, of course, he saved the day. And then Thanos says the line, "You should have gone for the head," and snaps. And the scene that followed killed off almost every character, every hero that wasn't from the original Avengers.
Yeah.
It killed off almost the entirety of the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Except for Groot, or
Yeah.
except for Rocket.
Yeah.
And Nebula.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were in the theater, me and him, together, and at that end scene, but even after the end credits continued on with the brutality. Same with Ant-Man and the Wasp, post-credits, and I was just sitting there, just mouth agape, I was dumbfounded at that ending, and there was tears streaming down my face. I wear my heart on my sleeve, you know, I'm an honest-to-God gentleman gamer. But it was a very, just real moment, and it was good. Oof. Okay, now,
For the definitive, honest to God,
Game-
gentleman gamer award.
Game of the Year. Joe, do you want to do it at the same time? 3, 2,
Dark Souls 3.
Game of the Year, folks. This game... Joe, go ahead.
This game, Sean played it earlier this year solo. And he says to me sometimes, "Joe, I need your help with these bosses." And I joke, "No, I'm not doing this."
Yep.
And one night, I don't really remember what we were playing, but you say, "Joe, Sean," you say, "Joe, Dark Souls 3 is $20. Buy it." And I'd been working at the time, so I had an excess of money. So I'm like, you know what? All right. And I bought the game, and we played the entire game co-op.
Entire
Yeah.
game, start to finish.
What a ride that was.
There were moments where we were both ready to give up. There was moments I was ready to give up.
There was moments we did give up.
Twin demons. But, we did it. We have beaten every boss together. You know, even Madeir and Gale, two of the hardest bosses in the game, I think.
Mhm.
And we're just starting New Game Plus, and we're just remembering just how good it is. It's amazing. It's a
Even
great game.
the first time around brought challenge and reward. This time around, we've
It's just
basically
been
been
fun.
clowning on
It's-
the entire
yeah.
the entire game because we finished the Ring City so over leveled
Mhm.
that now playing back for the main game,
Yeah, it's...
we beat. We were scared to fight the dancer again, and we beat her in one try on both accounts.
Yep. It was a ride. It was, I gotta tell you, just going into the game again with someone is just, it's so fun, because you get to, show all the little secrets, you know.
We're constantly talking about the lore as we walk through the areas.
Joe's like, "Did you know that, the demon boss fight is actually the old Firelink, and I never knew that, and I was like, wow, that's awesome.
Not that we'd want to spend any more time in that arena.
No, we would not. But Joe, what else do we got today?
Are you referring to Dark Souls or
Like, what do you want to talk about?
the end?
The end. Part of the journey is the end.
Part of the journey is the end.
Let's see what else we got, folks. I don't know if we've got much, but
Hey, the 1 hour episode.
yeah.
At least we made it.
We passed an hour. Most of our other ones are 45 minutes.
25.
25, yeah. So we did the Game Awards. We chugged soda. We did the honest to God Game of the Year. And you guys better be excited. You stay to the credits. That's all I'm saying. Did the most disappointing, my long ass suit ranking. Did my Spider-Man review.
We did the
We
replay.
announced our album.
This YouTube channel has brought great happiness.
And we're continuing on. We're not stopping anytime soon. Our upload schedule's still gonna be slow, but you know, sometimes it just be like that.
We were gonna upload around a month ago, but we went to a festival and it was really tiring.
Yeah, it was hard. But you know, guys, thank you for sticking with us this first year. I know it's only been
half
like-
or so a year.
like 6 months since we've started, and we've uploaded a total of 4 podcasts, which isn't too bad. That's like once every 1.5 months or whatever.
Yeah.
But we just want to thank you guys, and it's been a wild ride. It's been a really fun ride. This episode was a lot of work. We hope you guys enjoyed it. We barely ate any of these Oreos and Takis, so that's for tomorrow. But, Joe, you have anything else before we go?
Garrett, your podcast is shit.
Garrett, your podcast is shit. Shout us out. Come at us, bro. We are the honest to God gentlemen gamers.
And this is
It's
Disney
Disney.
Channel.
Boys, girls, women, ladies, fat, retarded, anyone who's been watching, anyone who's been chugging along, thank you. We'll see you next year.
Yep.
Guys, later.
Hold on, God fucking damn. The last podcast of the year, and you fuck up the outro.
You just tap that. And we're gonna start and end how we started. Joe?
This is the end of season 1. The honest to God gentlemen
There's
gamers.
many more seasons to
We'll
come.
be back.
End with a high five?
You finished yet?
Boston makes me feel good.
No.